We're here to talk about DuroVac's PowerLift series. This is the series that defines DuroVac. This is our flagship staple product. And when people come to DuroVac, people come for the PowerLift. PowerLift was designed originally for the foundry and the steel mills. This is a 40-year-old technology that's been refined over the years. And how does DuroVac stand out with its PowerLift series? It's that it's got over 7,000 possible permutations with that series alone. So what does that mean? Let's jump right into it. The PowerLift is the perfect solution that sits between the broom and the shovel and the vac truck. It ranges between $50,000 and $150,000. Yeah, quite a wide range, but we'll understand as I get into it. The PowerLift can be fully NFPA compliant without reserve. This is perfect for both central industrial housekeeping, but also spill recovery. So you can actually revalue the products that you make. It is ultra portable, and it was designed to fit most forklift models in industrial settings. So it has the versatility to power in an entire central vacuum network, but also be moved around in case you have a spot cleanup along the railways or also at the loadout where you have high value product coming out. So this product has undergone over 20 years of development. Now let's get right into it. Where will you see the PowerLift in DuroVac's audience? You'll find them in the mining industries, where you'll likely start at a 40 horsepower PowerLift and move all the way up to, guess what? 125 horsepower for mining and materials. Then you'll find them in the primary metals. In steel mills, you'll see them in the casting house. Oftentimes you'll see the PowerLift, the 40 and the 50 horsepower model. Why? Because it's a perfect shop vac capable of moving 10 tons of sand, and that can plug anywhere in your welding outlets. Just a fantastic model to service the steel mills and foundries industries. In the aluminum smelters, because it is electric, you can actually go into the high magnetic fields of the aluminum smelters and be moved around to clean out smelting pots that are overfilled with alumina, but also cleaning out underneath the smelting pots and aluminum smelters of its beryllium-filled toxic wastes, right? Great tool for aluminum smelters. And all of the other smelting facilities for copper, nickel, you will find the PowerLift likely somewhere between the 40 and the 75 horsepowers. You'll also find in a very popular industry that DuroVac services is the construction materials services. So what do you think about when you think about construction materials? So anything that is used to build a house or a building. So you can think about the roofing shingles, you can think about the wood structure, you can think about the gypsum and the drywalls, you can think about the glass, you can think about the aluminum frames or the PVC frames of these glass panes. You can think about all of this engineered wood or engineered composites to make your deck and your flooring. You can think about all the electrical work to suck up, to convey materials such as copper and other kinds of plastics. You can think about ceramics and clay to make your bathrooms accessories and your kitchen accessories. All of these materials, all the way to brick and block, paving stones for your entrance. You will find the PowerLift series easily ranging from its models, from the smaller models of 20 to 30 horsepower to the 40, 50 horsepowers, to all of its possible configurations. So this is where the PowerLift range sits. Now we've covered mining, primary metals, construction, and you will find the PowerLift in food manufacturing, or we call them agricultural vacuums, and also plastics and composites. Why? Because it's so versatile. I said it in the beginning of the segment, these vacuum systems has got the design and the engineering to be NFPA compliant. So you will have a very slick and elegant tucked away flameless vent, so you can actually operate the vacuum system indoors within your operations for applications in the food and in the plastics and composites industries that will always carry combustible dust. So this covers where the PowerLift lives within our industries. The PowerLift is where we start, is the building block of our company. So whether we're talking about the 2-year warranty on our standard PTFE Teflon coated filters, to our standard warranty, bumper to bumper, 1-year warranty, freight included in case anything ever happens on our system. There isn't many applications that you can throw at us in the industries that we serve that the PowerLift cannot help you with. So let's start from the bottom. The PowerLift is defined by the fact that it is a sort of a cube frame. It's easily portable and very versatile. What defines is it's its built-in hopper that is lifted using a hydraulic lifting mechanism, and it has a lot of storage capacity to match up with the positive displacement lobe type blower. One of the key features is its silo fill abrasion-resistant inlet. Only look at the drawings and you'll understand why no customers of ours has ever replaced that inlet style. Many of our competitors will come in and design impaction plates that you have to change as a consumable, whereas we found the design and engineering ingenuity to design an inlet that never has to be replaced. Once materials is introduced into the PowerLift, it gets projected to the back of the hopper, and all of the fine particles get carried forward to our world-class filtration. Our standard filtration is the bag filter. It's a polyester felt, Teflon coated, 2 years warranty on these filters, and the likelihood is you won't call us before 5 years. And all of the fine particles are filtered and separated there. As a standard, you have a manual shaker because this answers the requirements of the operations. But if ever you want to get a little bit more ahead, we can put what we call an e-shaker, which is an electromechanical motor that will automatically shake your filters as you're using the vacuum system. Do speak to your DuroVac representative because there is a clear distinction why we use bag filters and the next upgrade, which is the cartridge filter. So you've got the possibility to upgrade from a bag filter to a cartridge filter. And once again, do contact your DuroVac representative because the reasons and the technical justifications may not be evident. So cartridge filters, we use a lot of the same technologies than in our bag filters. We have developed our own cartridge filter that is an open pleat cartridge filter, polyester felt once again, Teflon coated for durability and impermeability. And this is then cleaned based on how dirty they are. So we call them DP controlled, differential pressure controlled cleaning system. This is all governed with our main control panel. So once the fine dusts are either faced with our bag filters or our cartridge filters, it then could have a secondary barrier to traverse, which is our inline security filter before it gets into our PD blower. In all likelihood, air that gets into our PD blower will be clean. Once again, let's go through the technicalities of it. PD blower on our PowerLift series will range from a 6M and a 7M and all the way to the high vacuum models. So they will range you from 15 inches of mercury, a decent amount of medium range vacuum, all the way up to 22 inches of mercury, right up there near the vacuum truck. So this range of vacuum levels we'll discuss afterwards in its range of applicabilities. These blowers then are powered with electric motors and can easily be upgraded to propane engines, gas engines, and diesel engines. Speak to your DuroVac representative to see which option is better for your application. Once we've powered these blowers, the air is exhausted through an oversized silencer to ensure that it's custom tuned to make sure that the noise levels are accepted to your plant. And should the noise levels not be acceptable, you have the option to upgrade it once again to put a sound enclosure over it to bring it down below 80 dB. a slick feature. Now, we talked about a little earlier as to the range of applicability of the vacuum system. The PowerLift is, like we said earlier, our flagship staple product. It sits right between the janitor and the broom and the vac truck. And so we will come with you and analyze your applications in terms of what it is, but also the kind of expenses that you incur right now in your plant that requires industrial housekeeping or spill recovery. When we talk about spill recovery in the PowerLift, we're talking about regaining some of the value in your product because you spend a lot of money making your product, and sometimes it's worthwhile trying to recuperate it. Many of the plants today have the initiative of having a zero waste initiative. And so the PowerLift has been serving more and more of these purposes where plants are able to bring value back to the product that you've just made and invested a lot of money into and put it back into process such that you can become a zero waste type of plant. So the PowerLift series, we talked about it earlier. There are thousands of potential permutations to this model, and therefore, please reach out to your DuroVac representatives. We will study your application, and guess what? These won't take weeks. We have an online selection engine that can actually zone in and converge and focus onto your system selection in a matter of minutes. So do call your DuroVac representative to get a system selection very quickly. The number of permutations come from all of the variances and the features that we can either add on or subtract based on what your applications require. We have three main branches of PowerLifts. We have the PL 20 to 30 horsepower using a 6M blower that are sitting right on top of a 1.3 cubic yard hopper, one cubic meter. The range and the decision to make that design and that engineering is because we are marrying the capacity of that blower to the capacity of the waste collection material. Okay, so the first range is the 20 to 30 horsepower, great for a 3-inch hose. And if you ever want to pipe it and put a central vacuum system in your plant, we can pipe it to a 4-inch main network. With that, you can do a number of configurations. You can use two 2-inch simultaneous operators or concurrent users. You can use 4 1.5-inch hoses if you really need to. So do speak to your DuroVac representatives. They will help you design that for you. The next model up from the PowerLift are the 40 to 50 horsepower ranges. These sit on top of a 2 cubic yard hopper as a standard. And once again, it is designed and engineered to marry between the capacity of the blowers and the capacity and the volume of the hopper. And so these will range you between 40 horsepower will be 825 ICFM to about 1100 ICFM at approximately 15 to 16 inches of mercury. What does that do? It powers a 4 to 5-inch hose capable of moving between 8 and 12 tons an hour of material, an immense amount of material. And so do speak to your DuroVac representative because sometimes the larger hose is not the best solution because it is just humanly difficult to wield that kind of hose. The next model up, which is a model that we often see in the mining industry, is the 75 horsepower. And within that frame, it sits on top of a 2.5 cubic yard hopper. You can range all the way up in custom horsepowers of 75, 100, and 125. These you'll definitely want to get with your DuroVac representative because we're getting into specialized applications here. And when we operate at those levels, somewhere between 1600 ICFM at 15 inches of mercury, all the way up to 2000 ICFM at 22 inches of mercury, there are some health and safety and risk hazards that we must work with you as a customer to very much nail down and get understood between us such that we can select and design the right vacuum for you. DuroVac has invested 2 decades of engineering to really refine this product line. We've developed a software to help us narrow down the search of the right product. So contact your DuroVac representative with your applications such that we can compute the right selection and make you a budget quote in a matter of minutes.